What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be interviewing a Fit Frontliner. Reason I'm not bringing up their name or their location or their profession is due to their job, right? So obviously a lot of you guys that are out there are very familiar with this. So we are going to dive in. I'm going to refer to them as Fit Frontliner, so that way you guys can get a good idea on like where they were inside of the program. So Fit Frontliner, just give us a brief idea. Kind of roll us through your goal when you jumped into the program.
Yeah, so when I jumped into the program, my main goal was to start losing weight and feel more agility with everything that I was doing. So outside of my work, I'm also a volunteer firefighter. So really being able to capitalize on those improvements within my body to make sure that I'm the safest and strongest as I'm going on to these calls. And when I had first started, I was definitely struggling in the weight department. I played softball in college and kind of since then have had a very various journey with my fitness. So I really joined the program so that I could have some accountability and more conversation on how to make those improvements.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And did you try anything beforehand, any diets or programs or anything like that?
I didn't try too much on the diets. I was trying to focus more on the macros, but a lot of what I was doing was just based on the research that I was finding online. So unfortunately, like what I was doing wasn't necessarily specific to what I should have been doing and how I needed to reach my goals. So the program definitely helped in the aspect of understanding like where I was at body weight and where I wanted to be and what those numbers actually needed to look like. It was a lot easier to structure a diet once I knew the guidelines that I should be following. And as far as workouts, I was definitely consistent with those prior, but I just really struggled as far as what needed to be included in a workout and how I can really develop my body forward in doing so. So I really appreciated that the program had a few different coaches that filled in those workouts and made me realize what they should look like and how I can achieve my goals.
Awesome, awesome. And we're already down like around, I think 20-ish pounds since you started. So you've done an amazing job so far and still have a couple weeks left. So we got a plan of action to keep you moving forward and then even a plan of action afterwards. So we're gonna keep you going in the right direction. So again, like what kind of made you decide to invest in yourself inside of a coaching program outside of like apps and ebooks and things like that?
Yeah, so one of the main things, again, I mentioned the fire department early on, so that was one of them. And then the second is just where I'm at in my personal life. The next step is me and my fiance are getting married next year, and shortly after that, we're wanting to have kids. So I really wanted to start focusing on my fitness journey now before the kids came along, so that once we do have kids, I can run around, be active, and have the endurance that I need, and be the parent that I want to be. So that was the biggest driver in me taking the next steps.
Awesome. And then last but not least, well, actually I got one more question, but anything in like areas of your life inside the program that kind of transformed that maybe you didn't expect when you first walked into the program?
Yeah, so I think first and foremost, I just noticed changes in my body that I didn't expect, and a lot of that came from just like how I was feeling when I was at the fire department or playing sports. I definitely expected to start to notice like increase in strength and some weight loss, but overall, my body was just feeling much better with like previous injuries that I had, and I just felt like my endurance overall was a lot better. I just feel healthier in everything that I'm doing, and then Megan does a great job at putting together a ton of different videos through the coursework. And one thing that I didn't expect to have a lot of conversation on was the mindset, but there was a lot of videos and Zoom calls where we got to talk about that and kind of explore like what it looks like as far as not only working out and your fitness journey, but also like if you have a tough call, if you have a tough day at work, and really being able to focus on that first responder aspect with my fitness journey, I found extremely helpful.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And last question this time. What would you kind of give your best piece of advice for someone that's listening that maybe they're on the fence of jumping inside the program? What would you kind of tell them if you're sitting next to them and they were thinking about it to kind of give them a really good understanding on maybe what they're going to get out of the program? Maybe like something that will kind of help push them towards making change.
Yeah, so I definitely think as you're starting any sort of program like this, there's always that hesitation of, what's the input versus the return. And I will say this group of coaches just does an incredible job of making sure that you're having the return out of this program. So being able to have all the different focuses from working out to the video series that they do and focusing on nutrition and really exploring a plan that's personalized. I think that's the biggest part of this. Like you can research in Google and use AI to put any of these things together, but at the end of the day, this is an incredible set of coaches that's actually focused on personalizing the program for you. So I think I've noticed a massive difference in just how I feel with everything that I'm doing and also appreciated the individual attention throughout the program. It's definitely restructured how I look at my own lifestyle and how I can progress forward. So I definitely think the return on investment is there. Again, they walk through your workouts, they structure them for you each week, go through all of your macro targets. They have the videos that they release. They have weekly calls. They establish a group so that you can easily stay connected. You can even connect with people if you want to go work out with folks in the area. So overall, it's just a really large community and honestly family that they've created. So I think it's well worth the investment.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fit Frontliner. And it's been a pleasure working with you over these past few weeks. I'm excited to see how you progress over the next couple that we got going on left. So other than that, for those that are watching, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. The DMs are always open.